Hey, how's it going there, you old pal Jim super pick and flipping duo? My wife and I are 14-year eBay sellers. We sell anything and everything we can make money on. Toys, ephemera, clothes, kitchen stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter to us. Vintage to modern, antiques to, well, I guess, modern. You get the idea, right? So we also sell on Poshmark, whatnot, Mercari, Depop. We sell anywhere we can. Anywhere we can anywhere we can where it's easy to list. We use Nifty AI as our cross lister, so as long as Nifty lists there, we'll sell there. It doesn't matter, except for Etsy. Kind of hate Etsy. Etsy kind of sucks. Anyway, what we're gonna do today is go over what we sold on Thursday, so what we shipped on Friday, and what we listed on Friday. I know today's Saturday, so this is coming a bit late, because we had a whatnot show last night, and that'll be a totally separate video because we did pretty well. We actually got a historian in our show, and they went bananas, buying up all sorts of stuff. It was really, really fun. So anyway, let's go over, yeah, what we're shipping. There's Winnie the Pooh right there. Yeah, what's Thursday was slow. It was not a very good day. Um, and that's happening a lot more. But yeah, what I shipped, let's start with a Vidal Sassoon hair setter, steamer, whatever you want to call this. Sold it for $52.50, like I thought I would. Paid $6.25 for it, I think. My order earnings was $34.89, and I sold it in like 2 days. I don't know when did I pick it up. I picked it up with the auction stuff, so that was, yeah, quick sale. Next up, this Yuppie mug. Recycled Paper Products is a decent brand to look for mugs. This one sat for a while. Sold it for $11.50 plus shipping, $6.79 shipping. Mugs are super easy. Just bubble wrap in a 6x6x6 box that you can pick up from Walmart for like 50 cents a piece, I think. 59 cents, something like that. For some reason, this shipping label was $11.68. I don't know. Oh. I accidentally printed two. So yeah, this was in my, I was still sleeping, hadn't had my coffee yet. And I came over to the computer, printed a label, packed it up, came back to the computer, printed another label. So I have to get a refund for a label. That'll be for like $5 and change, $6 and no, $5 and change, like 580 something. So yeah, like $8 profit there when I get that label refunded. So I got to do that. Okay. Next up, vintage Happy Meal box, Lego sets, Lego Happy Meal box. Sold this guy for $7.50 plus $5 shipping. Total order earnings of $4. Again, this stuff owes me nothing. I've long since made profit. Now it's just sitting in a box, and not in a box, in a kind of a flat tote thing. And when it sells, I just go in there and look for what I need and send it. And it's super easy to ship. I just cut up a box and 2 pieces of cardboard, and it's gone. So this vintage pocket knife, it's an electrician's pocket knife. Sold this for $15. No, $10. Took a best offer, no brand, kind of ugly. Made $2.44, which is about what I paid on each of these lots. So that lot is paid for. That whole auction is paid for more than by now. So and then finally for eBay, this Bass Pro Shops Whirly insulated mug, $11.25 plus $10.21 shipping. Shipping label cost me $10.80, so I made $6.43 earnings on it. I think I paid $2 for it. So again, not a great. I thought vintage Bass Pro Shops might do okay. Really, no. So that's eBay. Nothing on Poshmark. Mercari, I do have this. It's a bundle of Allied military currency money, which is really super, super cool from World War II. And this bundle is like brand new, brand spanking new, never used. I even have the dollar liras in consecutives, 40, 41, 42, 43, and the 2 lira in consecutives, 40, 475, 476, and then a $5 lira by itself. Sold, what's that? 7 pieces for $52 plus their shipping. So I made like 46 dollars on that little lot, and that came from an auction. Um, yeah, so that was a great sale. That paid for probably half of my auction, little less. Um, so that was good. And on Depop we sold something. We sold a Walt Disney World Mickey Mouse Fantasia Sorcerer's Hat coin bank that we picked up from the bins. So it probably cost us like $1. It's a PVC bank. Um, Weighs less than a pound, probably about a half a pound. So sold that for $12. So I think our order earnings ended up being like here 941. So not bad. I mean, not a great day because we didn't have the volume, but the sales that we had, with the exception of a couple that were just really low hanging fruit stuff, the kind of stuff that Freddie absolutely hates. Um, and I understand why. I really do. Um, but yeah, we did okay. So what did I list? I listed juicer parts, Acme juicer, which I bought a long time ago, and it just sat in the bottom of a tote. We finally got to the bottom of it. We listed some parts a couple weeks ago, and then we didn't get around to the lid and then the base. So we listed those two parts yesterday. The lid had the price sticker on it, which we had trouble with. Ashley just didn't feel like dealing with it. And then the base was just kind of a mess. So finally got those cleaned up and listed. Listed a Polaroid camera. All these great courses DVD sets or DVD. They're not full. I've got two complete sets, I think, or maybe three complete sets, and then the rest are just one-offs, like part 2 of 5 or whatever. Um, so those may be kind of difficult to sell, but they were all at the bins. They weigh like absolutely nothing. I mean, probably 2 or 3 ounces, maybe 4 ounces. Um, so I'm into these for 20 cents a piece, 30 cents a piece. Um, and I listed the singles for like $13.95 after my sale. The complete set's like $20, except for the one one's a complete set, 5, like you get 5 parts, right? So that's like $20. There's one that's a two-parter, and it's an art series, so not really high demand for that. So I think I listed that for the same like as I would a single, so just to move it, right? So, um, and yeah, so just I don't know how long it'll take to sell. It might take a while. When I look up great courses DVDs, they sell a lot, but you gotta, it depends on the course too, right? So, and these one-offs, these kind of replacements, I don't know. We'll see. Um, that may be a tough go, but I'm into it for nothing, virtually nothing. Next up, we listed this Farberware percolator. I think I listed that for $70 to put it on sale for like 53.50, I think. Then another one of these West Bend slow cookers. We always do well with these. This one's a little bit beat up on the enamel, but I should still do okay. I think I'm trying to get 37.50 on sale. Balderdash game. This Vertigo light, this tri LED light, which is voice activated or music activated. Like when the DJ goes whatever, the that makes the lights go. So that's kind of cool. And it does work. And I've got a video of it working. Um, and then this knife set, which is really, really difficult for me to part with. Um, when I took the knives out of the the box, I was like, holy cow, these are fantastic. Like the weight is like perfect in my hand. Like the balance is great. Like this just such a good quality knife. And just mid-century stuff is just amazing. It really is. And I listed it high because it's good, good stuff. Um, I listed it for 160 to then put it on sale for 120. It's brand new in the box. And then we listed parts to the new wave. I don't know what the hell they are. The infrared oven, right? So we're listing a lot of parts and replacements and stuff like that right now. The infrared we already sold a piece off, so I paid $5 for that whole unit, so that unit's paid for. Um, and that's in a day after listing it. So parts sell, whether it's food processor, these oven type things, vacuum cleaners. It doesn't have to be canister vacuums like I like to buy. You can buy uprights and part the hell out of those things as well. Printers. You can do printer parts, not the cheap junky printers, but if you find yourself a nice um like a laser jet or something like that, you can sell those off. You can pull the print heads out of those relatively easily. Um, and Google has all the instructions for that. And those print heads, if they're in good shape, you can get 30 or $40 and they're about that big. Uh, and then it's just a matter of discarding the carcass when you're done. So that's the caveat of getting into parts is you got to figure out how to get rid of the scrap, right? So um, you may have some dump fees if you have to, haul it all off to the dump. But if you have another way to discard that kind of stuff, you may want to look into parts. Yeah, because that's where we're doing a lot of sales right now is parts, because people can't afford to when something breaks on their thing to go out and buy a new one. So they're just hopping onto eBay because you can't get this stuff on Amazon or Walmart and just looking for the part that broke on their current machine where everything else is working. They just need that one piece, right? So, because if their food processor bowl, cracked down the side and now it's leaking, to go and get a new Cuisinart food processor is like $120, and the quality is not that great. So why not go on eBay and for $30 buy a new bowl? 30, $40, right? Makes sense. Especially in this day and age when, affordability is really people are hurting right now. So, um, you know, parts definitely in a bad economy, that's kind of where, you know, I'm going with thrifted stuff. Um, we're still heavy into auctions, but if I go to thrift stores, I'm gonna pick up new waves now. Just part the shit out of that. Cuisinarts I've always done. I may do vacuum. See, it's tough for me to part that kind of stuff out, vacuums and things, bigger things, because I'd have to haul it all to the dump, and then I got extra fees. So I'll have to look into what those fees might be because I've never done it. Um, and I can only throw out whatever fits in my can. So you know, but yeah, parting stuff out, big stuff. Big expensive things. Doesn't have to be big, physically big. I mean, like expensive, like high dollar things. Um, you can part out stuff like, toaster ovens, air fryers, all that kind of stuff. Look for parts. You may do well. And it's not going to be, exciting. Like, oh, look at this vintage, whatever. No, it's just an appliance, but you got to do what you got to do to, keep your bills paid and keep yourself afloat. If you're struggling right now with what you're selling, learn how to part stuff out. Coffee makers is another one. Um, you can part out a Keurig machine. Um, carafes, not the crafts, the water reservoirs sell for 20 to 25, sometimes $30, depending on the model. There's little parts inside that you can sell. The catcher thing on the bottom sells for, not a lot, 10 to $15, but it's something. If you're buying a whole machine for $10, that's 25. The little pod holder in there, that's probably another 10 to 15. The thing on the bottom's another 10 to 15. You're doing okay. Um, and you're taking advantage of the current economic landscape, right? So that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, all the happy horseshit. We'll catch you next time.